Welcome to the deep dive.
You know that old joke, right?
Yeah.
The one about entry-level jobs requiring like 5 years of experience? Well, it's not a joke anymore. It is the new reality of the AI era.
Yeah, it really is. And we're glad you're joining us today because we are unpacking some fascinating new data from PwC.
It's incredible data. Really eye-opening stuff.
It is. It reveals a massive splitting of the labor market. And, this isn't your standard doomsday story. We aren't just saying AI takes everything.
Right, it's not that simple.
No, it's actually a much more uncomfortable truth. The hiring bar is just skyrocketing for beginners.
It's an unprecedented shift.
Yeah.
I mean, the baseline expectations have just completely moved overnight.
So we're going to map this out for you today. We need to understand this changing market because AI is raising the cognitive floor.
Completely raising it.
Yeah. What it means to be a beginner has totally changed. And this forces us to, completely rethink our approach, how we pitch ourselves to employers.
The old playbook just doesn't work. You absolutely need a new strategy today.
Exactly. So here is the roadmap for this deep dive. First, we'll explore the two-track labor market. Then we'll look at the seniorization of entry-level jobs. We'll dig into a massive 45-point data gap.
That gap is wild.
It really is. And finally, we'll cover the exact skills you need. Plus, we'll share some actionable prompts to help you survive this shift.
Oh, those prompts are going to be absolute lifesavers for you.
For sure. So let's start by mapping the current battlefield. We're seeing a clear two-track labor market emerge.
Yeah, the AI job market is fundamentally splitting. It's heading down two very distinct paths right now.
The PwC report highlights this fascinating divergence. On one side, jobs with high AI exposure are growing.
Rapidly growing.
But the hiring bar is getting much, much higher.
Right. And then on the other side, traditional entry-level roles are just shrinking. The demand for simple, repetitive tasks is falling drastically.
It's a total structural change. It's like a train track suddenly splitting. One path goes straight up a steep mountain.
And the other just goes right off a cliff.
Exactly. It's like the difference between flying a plane and air traffic control. AI is flying the plane now. The junior employee has to sit in the tower.
That is a fantastic analogy. You have to manage the airspace instead.
Right.
People used to think all jobs move together. Rising tide lifts all boats. That just isn't true in this new economy.
No, it's not.
You can't just ask if AI will take your job. You have to ask how AI is fundamentally changing it.
But, hasn't technology always changed jobs? Think about spreadsheets replacing physical ledgers. How is this AI shift actually any different?
It's a great question. The real difference is the speed and the cognitive nature of it. A spreadsheet just makes math faster.
Right. It just crunches the numbers.
Exactly. But AI actually mimics reasoning. It does basic decision-making. It changes the core mechanism of the job itself.
So it's not just doing the work faster, it's doing a totally different kind of work.
Precisely. You might see plenty of job openings out there.
Yeah.
But the skills inside the description are suddenly advanced.
They read like senior roles.
Yeah, they're much harder than the entry-level label suggests. The verification of work is the new bottleneck.
Meaning companies aren't struggling to generate work anymore. They're struggling to verify and act on it.
Yes, and that requires a totally different mindset. You are still a beginner on paper, but the expectations, completely different now.
So is this just basic automation removing the grunt work?
No, it's completely raising the baseline cognitive floor for every beginner.
Since the cognitive floor is officially raised, what does a beginner actually look like now?
It's a whole new species of worker, honestly.
We really need to understand this new expectation. Which brings us to a concept from Michael Taiwo. He calls it the seniorization of entry-level jobs.
Seniorization, I love that. It's such a brilliant term for this phenomenon.
It really fits perfectly.
Because PwC found something truly staggering in their data. AI-exposed entry-level roles are evolving incredibly fast. They're 7 times more likely to require senior skills.
7 times. That is a massive jump in baseline expectations.
It changes the entire hiring dynamic.
Yeah.
You apply for a role labeled as entry-level, but the company expects you to think like a seasoned veteran.
We should probably break down those specific senior skills. The first major skill is judgment.
Crucial.
You need to know when AI makes sense, and you must know when it's hallucinating, which means the AI just confidently makes up false information.
Right. You have to act as the senior editor. You can't just blindly accept the first draft anymore.
I have to make a vulnerable admission here.
Oh.
I still wrestle with prompt drift myself. Beat. That's when AI responses slowly steer your original thinking off course. I find myself just losing my own judgment. The AI just sounds so incredibly confident. It's really hard to push back sometimes.
It honestly happens to all of us. The AI is engineered to be incredibly persuasive.
It really is.
But that is exactly why employers desperately need human judgment. Now, the second senior skill is leadership and creativity.
Meaning making stakes-based decisions.
Exactly. You have to make stakes-based decisions every single day. You have to step up when the standard AI process just fails.
You have to find a completely new solution. The usual automated process isn't enough anymore.
The simple, predictable work is totally automated now. So the tasks left for humans, they require deep, nuanced creativity.
And the third critical skill is human interaction.
Yes.
You still need to communicate and persuade real people. You have to handle deeply nuanced human situations.
Empathy is notoriously harder to automate. You have to manage the messy human elements of the job.
There's a real irony here, though.
How so?
Well, those basic tasks used to be the training ground. Summarizing documents, writing first drafts, pulling basic data. That was how you actually learn the business.
Right. It was the traditional apprenticeship model.
Yeah.
Now, the AI handles almost all of that. Junior employees must deal with much harder tasks earlier. You have to instantly check the output quality.
And choose the better strategic direction.
Exactly. You make decisions when the answer isn't clear at all. That is what entry-level actually means today.
You're brand new to the job, sure, but you need skills that usually take years to develop.
It's a lot of pressure.
Can companies actually expect a 22-year-old to have seasoned judgment?
They have to, because the AI is already doing the 22-year-old's old job.
To prove this isn't just a wild theory, we need to look at the hard numbers.
The numbers don't lie.
No, they don't. We need to see the corporate logic driving this shift. There's one number from the PwC report that really stands out.
Yeah, if you only remember one number today, make sure it is this specific statistic.
Since 2019, seniorized entry-level roles grew 35%.
35%.
Yeah. Meanwhile, standard entry-level roles fell by 10%.
That is a massive 45-point data gap. It shows a definitive, undeniable shift in the market.
Companies are restructuring their entire workforce based on this logic.
They aren't just firing junior staff randomly. They are strategically reallocating their capital. Because AI drops the cost of routine analysis to near zero.
The corporate incentives have totally changed.
Completely. They need roles where AI heavily supports the work. But humans take ultimate responsibility for the final results.
The financial services sector is a perfect example of this.
Oh, absolutely.
A junior analyst used to spend 80% of their time pulling data. They were just, building basic financial models.
Now AI agents do all that routine training work. New workers jump straight to high-value strategic tasks.
They skip that traditional learning phase almost entirely.
Whoa! Just imagine an entire corporate structure just changing shape overnight.
It's wild.
It's blowing my mind a little bit, too. The traditional corporate pyramid is fundamentally transforming right before our eyes.
It used to be very wide at the bottom. You had absolute armies of junior workers doing grunt work.
And you had way fewer senior workers at the top. But when AI handles the analytical work at the bottom, that foundational shape completely changes.
You still see plenty of jobs for beginners, but the daily work inside those roles is entirely different.
You work with AI constantly, but you add value purely through your human judgment.
The structural ground is just shifting right beneath our feet.
It really is.
Are corporate pyramids essentially becoming cylinders?
Exactly. Fewer junior grunts at the bottom, way more mid-level operators.
We'll be right back. Sponsor.
Welcome back to The Deep Dive.
We just explored the changing corporate structure. Now we really need to talk about your personal pitch.
Right. How you present yourself to employers must change immediately.
The old resume playbook just doesn't work anymore. You need a completely updated approach.
Knowing how to use ChatGPT or Claude isn't a flex.
Not at all.
It's a basic, unstated expectation in the market now.
It's literally like putting Microsoft Word on your resume.
Yeah.
Everyone can already write basic prompts or, summarize long documents. You don't stand out by just being slightly faster.
So what do employers actually want to see from you? They're looking incredibly closely at your decision-making abilities. AI is going to give you 5 different strategic options.
And you have to confidently choose the right direction.
Exactly. You also need to demonstrate incredible ownership.
Ownership is key. You must take full responsibility for the final result. You don't just passively pass along the AI output.
Ownership is really the massive differentiator here. If the AI makes a subtle mistake, It's your mistake entirely.
You can't just blame the algorithm when things go wrong.
Never. These skills used to matter mostly for moving up. Now, employers expect them when you first apply. You have to look way beyond the simple job title.
You really have to read the fine print on these listings.
Read it closely.
The source material provides a brilliant practical tool for this. It's a specific prompt framework you can actually use.
It's so good.
You feed it a target job listing, then you ask it to act as an expert career analyst.
It's a fantastic way to map your actual skills.
Let's say you're applying for a new marketing role. You give the AI the specific job description. You also detail your past experience and your current AI tools.
Right. And you ask the AI to categorize the required tasks. What can AI easily handle? What desperately needs human judgment?
And what requires deep decision-making or ultimate ownership.
It separates the routine busywork from the complex strategy. Then it compares those requirements directly against your skills.
It finds your exact professional gaps.
Yes. Instead of just listing campaign management on your resume, the AI prompt reveals you need human-in-the-loop tone auditing.
Right, because the AI can easily write the marketing emails.
But it takes true human ownership to ensure the brand voice doesn't sound like a robot.
The prompt explains why each missing skill matters today. It tells you exactly how to aggressively improve it.
It even suggests real projects to build your modern portfolio.
It creates a highly prioritized action plan for you. It shows what human skills you should improve first.
And it highlights what you shouldn't depend on AI for.
Yeah.
You want to be much more valuable than a simple prompter.
You need to focus entirely on how you think and judge.
The AI does the first 80% of the work. You have to bring the project across the final finish line.
So prompt engineering is basically becoming a dead skill.
It's a mandatory baseline now, not a differentiator that gets you hired.
Beat. Now we know what skills to target for the next job. But how do we protect the job we currently have?
That is the million-dollar question.
We need to adapt our daily workflow to stay safe.
You have to know which parts of your job AI can support. And you must know which parts still depend entirely on your judgment.
Let's break down a typical daily workflow. Take research and initial drafting. AI can find key points. It can organize massive data faster.
It can create 5 different first drafts or multiple outlines quickly.
But you still have to do the rigorous source checking.
Absolutely. You choose what actually matters and adjust the subtle tone. You make sure the content fits the real business goal.
What about basic data analysis?
The AI is great at that.
Yeah, AI can find complex patterns and compare data sets instantly.
Yeah, but you have to understand the broader business context.
Right.
You decide which data insight is actually worth acting on.
Yeah.
AI gives you a menu of options. You have to choose the final strategic direction.
And you have to take full, visible responsibility for that decision. That is the absolute core of true ownership.
It really is. AI can help you prepare brilliant ideas for your team. But you still need to handle the messy human feedback in the room.
You can't just treat AI as a separate skill on your CV.
No.
That's a huge fundamental mistake people make. It must be deeply embedded into your real daily workflows.
If you only know how to write clever prompts, you are vulnerable. You have to use AI to complete real complex work.
Because jobs made entirely of simple tasks will face intense pressure. Companies are definitely going to automate that predictable work.
Without a doubt.
You need a role that constantly gives you more responsibility.
And the source gives us a second, highly actionable prompt for this.
It's a detailed 30-day action plan prompt.
Right. You feed the AI your current title and your weekly tasks. You also clearly tell it the next role you desperately want.
The AI analyzes your daily work task by specific task. It tells you exactly how much can be safely automated.
And it identifies the crucial human value that's still needed.
It shows you the automation risk level for each specific task. Then it actively helps you redesign your own job.
You let AI completely handle the routine, boring stuff.
Yeah.
Then you actively claim the higher value strategic responsibility.
It identifies your 3 biggest personal skill weaknesses. It tells you how to practice them without becoming dependent on AI.
It gives you a crystal clear 30-day roadmap. You systematically move from doing routine work to taking real ownership.
Should we be hiding our AI use from our bosses?
Never. Flaunt it to claim ownership of bigger, more complex outcomes.
2 sec silence. Let's take a moment to reflect on all of this. The fundamental goal in this new economy is changing rapidly.
Very rapidly.
It isn't to somehow hide from AI. It isn't to try and compete with it on raw speed.
You'll lose that race every time.
Every time. The goal is to let AI handle the routine, repetitive tasks entirely. You have to actively create space to exercise judgment, communication, and ownership.
The market is demanding that you grow up much faster. AI is just a powerful tool to help you do it.
It really is an incredible tool for rapid professional growth.
I highly encourage you to actually try this yourself this week. Take your current specific job description, run it through the ChatGPT prompts we discussed today.
Look really, really hard at what parts of your week can be fully automated.
Find the hidden spaces where you can claim much more ownership.
It's a totally new, slightly intimidating landscape out there. And it leaves me with one final thought.
What's that?
If AI is taking over the entry-level training wheels phase of our careers, how will the next generation learn to ride the bike at all? 2-sec silence. Something to think about. Outro music.